All right, what's poppin', Tub Nation? Welcome back to Tub Takes. This is a video podcast where I go over what's been making waves in the VGC scene. We go over whatever. Today I'm joined by my co-host Adi. How you doing?
Hello, everyone. It's we got a big episode this week. We're gonna recap Toronto regionals with both of your Toronto regional finalists. I'm really excited for this one. And
Yeah,
I
and
guess
also
Alex, you
our
wanna introduce
Toronto.
themselves?
Yeah, of course, But I have to
Yeah,
finish introducing you as well because you also went to the Toronto Regional
me.
Champions, and we have our 69th
I did.
place finisher here.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's right. The
Pretty
69th
excellent.
best player at Toronto regionals.
69 is also we'll talk about why it's awful later. You know why it's awful. Everybody knows why it's awful, but unfortunate. So the bubble, whatever.
Wait, you're not a fan?
Um, but 69 is at least funny. At least it's a funny number. Anyways, um, so we also have your both of your regional finalists. We have your newly crowned Toronto regional champion here, Cary. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Glad to have you on. Gonna be excited to talk about your team, your run, and some other stuff along the way. We got a lot of stuff to preview in this episode. Paul, I honestly, do you even know how many finals you've been to at this point?
Uh, I think I lost like four in a row, I think. So,
Is it really
uh,
like that?
oh wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because after the one I won in Atlantic City, every other time I've been in the finals, I've always lost. Like Richmond, after that, I lost to Nils.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one was it the next Toronto one? That probably
Was
was
it
the next one.
Choppa?
I lost to Chuppa, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Mm-hmm.
Nicholas Morales, and then this one. So, yeah.
Yeah, you've also
But you
been
won
to
internet at that time, so you
Right.
got
Yeah,
that.
I won the internets in between, but
You've also been a international finalist as well, right? That was to Nick Khan, right? Am I remember? Or wait, no.
Chris Con, the other,
Chris.
but yeah,
Oh yes, Chris Khan. Yes, yes, yes.
yeah.
Yes. But yeah, no, you so basically countless. And yeah,
Yeah.
even you can't possibly fit all of those accolades in four little sections here. You have to put a little 6x there. That's amazing. Congrats on your finish, and very excited to talk about, well, your boring team, but of course,
Pretty original. I
every-
don't know if it's like that.
this is the original Paul Chua 6, of course.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, we got a lot of topics for today, and if you have any questions for our guests, make sure to put them in the chat. We'll be reading along with the Twitch chat as we go through. And if you're here now, but you'd actually rather watch this on YouTube, this will be uploaded on YouTube tomorrow on Audio's YouTube channel, !YT in the chat. And yeah, let's go ahead and just get started because there is just so much to cover. So Houston registration coming up, and I did want to ask the three of you because I think this is a no-go for me. But anybody else here planning on going to Houston?
Probably not. I have like Seattle and EUIC planned, and I'm not even sure on Seattle. Depends on school and stuff. I just pre-registered just in case.
Yep. No,
I'm
I
also
mean that's
not
always
going.
the good move, especially with their new refund policy. It's really good. Paul, you were
Yeah.
saying?
I don't have any plans. I was originally gonna go if I couldn't make it to Toronto, but obviously since I went there, I don't plan on going to this one. So
Yeah.
Got you. Adi?
This event, of course, is after Champions is most likely going to be released. I refuse to play more Regulation F after Champions gets released, so I will not be going to
Well,
Houston.
wait. Just to extra clarify, like probably after it releases, but before it becomes what we're going
Before
to
it
be playing.
becomes the
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, so still Regulation F, still Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, I would not be surprised if this is an unpopular event, especially for that reason. We'll have to see if it fills up. I got word on semi-unrelated, but Seattle I think is full now. I don't know when it filled, but I think Nails was telling me that Seattle is full. And yeah, we have a couple of questions in the chat here that I'm reading up now, and I'm a little confused by. Somebody asked what your thoughts are on Wochien, Cary. I don't know if you have Wochien
On me,
thoughts.
on Wochien. That's a weird question.
It
Like
is a
in this
weird one.
format,
I guess I would
like
assume so.
I think it's like okay. I mean, it doesn't really do too much. Like I think the other three are like far better, especially Chen Pao and Ting Lu. And Chio's all right. Like I'm not really a big fan of Chi right now because it just kind of dies to everything, especially like Mystic Water Fu with like defensive tears being everywhere. So it's like it's all right.
No, I'm with you there. Chi Yu has not been doing the hottest, but I would still say Chi Yu's beating out Wo Qian for third place.
Oh,
Um,
100%.
and then a question that I don't even know how to begin, but I'm hoping Paul knows the meaning of. Paul, do you use the wheel for this regional? Do you know what that means, or do you not know what that means?
No, I don't know what that means.
Okay,
Maybe
all
they're
right.
asking
Well,
if
you're gonna.
like maybe they're asking like if you like spun a wheel
Wait,
to chose your team or something.
Yeah,
Like
that's that. I get
maybe
that vibe. But yeah,
that
if you
might
could
be it.
clarify
Just
what
who asked
you're
it?
what you're trying to ask. Um, let's see. I think we're playing in April. Yeah, we really everything about Champions is just speculative at this point. We're really hoping that they give us more info soon. Actually, I didn't grab the link for that one. I'll grab it now, and we can talk about that now. But there was like not even like Champions news today, more like I don't know, hope of news. What do you want to call it? The This tweet was looking for like creators to respond about maybe people that can get early info or access to champions or something like that. So obviously, Audie and I are going to throw our hat in the ring and give it a shot at least, hopefully. But anyways, yeah, there's nothing really. I don't know if there's more to talk about at this point though. Audie, is there anything else you had to add?
Yeah, like our tweets. Make it
Yeah,
make it
true.
sound like we're like the YouTube video. Subscribe, all that stuff really helps us, and maybe we can keep inflating our numbers so that they think we're big deals.
Exactly. Um, let's see. So yeah, otherwise, don't miss your registration for Houston. Of course, we were just talking about how the refund policy is really good, so you'd rather get in there if you're on the fence and then change your mind later than miss it if it does happen to fill up. Um, this one I just included. I know we talked about it last week, but now Merida is actually happening this weekend, so do check out their stream. I actually don't know if there's going to be a stream at all for Auckland. We'll get into that one later. It's going to be small, and I know that it's like at like a game store as opposed to like an actual regional type venue. So I wouldn't be surprised if that one's not being streamed, but I don't know. Maybe
never
there's some
know.
kind of stuff. Yeah, exactly. Um, and then Birmingham is gonna probably be getting the official one. So I mean, I can just check that right now. That's it's Victory Road. Maybe they haven't announced the casters yet, but they probably will soon. Okay. More like fun little side topics to tackle before we get into the real meat of this one. We have the Ace Trainer Rewards program. Who's excited? Who's thrilled for their card that is going to be mailed by the end of this month for sure? For sure, we're finally getting this card from last season. It I don't know at
Crazy.
this.
Cool.
That's my thought as
Uh,
well.
I'm excited to get my Pokemon card.
So true.
yeah,
Audie?
And mount it on the
it's
wall
free
and
stuff.
just put it here.
Yeah.
Exactly. Audie, what'd you say?
I mean, hey, it's free stuff. I think
It
it's for
is. It
anyone who
is.
got more than 200 championship points last year.
Oh my God, you're
And
right.
the
Not even Worlds invites.
yeah, it was not a high bar, but it's like, hey, like
Yeah.
keep coming to locals type incentive, which is cool. And I think they announced it this year. They also had a tweet about this year's version, which this year will include LATAM. Last year they did not include LATAM, I think. And this year they will include LATAM, but they won't be mailing rewards for LATAM. You'll have to go to an in-person event to pick it up, is what I think it says.
Oh my
So
gosh.
yeah, it's not ideal, but it's better than what they did this year, where they just didn't include them at all.
Yeah, very
And
true.
so, assuming that you can pick it up at any special event, any regional, internet, if it gets people to go to more events, I think it's doing its job, and it's not a huge deal for us because we go to so many events and get so many promo cards. But I do like that they're doing this, and I do like that they're expanding it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this on a previous one, but Jimmy's asking about are these expected to have good resale value? I think we were saying that there's a few too many of them to maybe not, but it's a Pokemon card. There's always like some kind of craze around those. You never know.
Yeah, I think that's great because 200 is kind of a lowish bar, so there's probably a good amount that are going to be out there. So
The only thing I will say before we move on from this is just like reading this email and now Audi reminding me that it was for 200 and not for like Worlds invitees is just making me think that they probably really regretted doing this. They probably are like really annoyed that they even bothered doing this and then figuring out the logistics of getting this to so many different people. Um, Probably really annoying. They're probably really annoyed with themselves. Um, so yeah. Anyways, stay tuned for that one. Once we get it, maybe we'll flash it on stream here and be so excited about it. Um, anyways, Victory Road loves to host tournaments on the weekends of NA regionals because then their staff is very free, and they can also do them at times that are better for other regions. I don't remember when this one started, but definitely gives more opportunities for non-NA regions to compete in these. And Teo Time continues to put on a clinic and won this with this team that I think it had some showing in Toronto. It's not like a brand new team, I guess, for people in the know. I don't know if it had like a major online or any type of finish that like really put it on the radar, but I was definitely seeing it a lot on the ladder. It was definitely being talked about a good amount. I guess I should pull it up.
So
It was everywhere in high
at,
ladder.
Yeah.
at Toronto, I played Carson St. Dennis. He was on this team, and he told me that that he built this team. He is the original builder of this team, and he teammate got it from him. So I'm just passing the message on, but
Right.
He
I don't
is.
know
I
how
can.
common it actually was, but
He is. I can confirm that he's the original creator of this team. I was
Okay.
talking with him
okay.
as he was going through his process. Like it was like there was like a Landorus over the Raging Bolt for a bit, and then
Yeah.
what was it? Goldango
Fake
was like
tears.
Metal Coat, like Fake Tears for a bit, then Light Screen for Iron Crown. Like there was a lot of process to make it. It's a really cool team, but I think the tricky part about it is there's a lot of like 50-50s to it, just from the way it's
Mm-hmm.
like composed.
And honestly, even though it has three Pokemon that were not legal in Regulation H, it's got a lot of Regulation H vibes. I believe they were playing a similar style of Whimsicott team
Yeah.
in
Pretty sure
Regulation
it's like the
H.
same stuff too. Like the
What'd you say,
sets on
Paul?
the Incin. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like the sets on like the Incineroar and the Goldango, and it's kind of like the same as what Carson used at Vegas.
Right.
Yeah, I can see it being like really
Yeah.
similar to what he used.
Basically, just saying like I found a play style that I liked and I want to keep it going. Keep it going in the next format. Um,
Yeah, just upgrade it.
Which I don't know. Whimsicott's still the probably the most interesting Pokemon on the team. It doesn't see as much usage as it did in some other formats, but still has a lot of amazing traits. Like if you look at like Pokemon like Urshifu and Raging Bolt, it technically full walls them. I guess it doesn't resist U-turn. Huge deal. But yeah, it does take hits from those guys very well. It'll wall a Rillaboom out as well. So it's like very good at um fitting its way onto these balanced type teams, and then locking a slot down with Encore, for example. As long as you can keep it safe from fire type attacks, it's probably going to be doing pretty all right. So it's fun, but then yeah, when you play against another Tailwind team and you're moonblasting Tornadus for 32% and they're bleak winding you for 80, that part's never fun. Um, but yeah, other than that, this team, we'll have to see when we get over to talking about Toronto what the deepest finish from it was. I guess maybe it was Carson, probably. But there's a couple of teams in VR here represented that didn't quite have as impressive of a showing in Toronto, but I think are still very much part of the metagame and will continue to see them at the numerous tournaments we have this weekend. Of course, I don't know if I mentioned it at the top or not, but like 3 regionals this weekend. I mentioned it in the announcement thing. We have 3 regionals this weekend, so there's going to be a lot of stuff to we'll see a lot of teams this weekend, of course, from so many different tournaments. Um, Next up, though, Bando Lando Tailwind is usually how I refer to this one, and I feel like this team had its origins in the last format. Most recently, though, I know MDB did well in the Grand Challenge with, I think, most of these items. I don't know if he posted more than just the items. I don't remember if he released an OTS. or
I
not?
believe he did. Like after
He
he
did.
he released like a big like 3 hour video of like his GC run, and I think he put
Oh,
the
I guess
thing in the
yeah. That
description.
the
Yeah, it's at the
yeah. Maybe
start.
he just didn't tweet it, but maybe the video is yeah. Okay, you're right. You're right. Um, that sounds correct. So yeah, then actually that's kind of funny is I didn't really realize until looking at it now, but that's Icy Wind Pow on both of the finalist teams. Kind of funny there. Um, so that's kind of the cool tech move that people are looking into, and it makes a lot of sense. On Chen Pao, like you might be staring down some Pokemon that you can't do a lot of damage to with your ice type attacks, maybe like a Fire Terra Ogerpon or something, but you can slow it down so that your Urshifu could Surging Strike it. Stuff like that might be a really cool way to set up certain combos. Um, Mainly, I feel like Icy Wind is enabling the Urshifu, but you can also definitely use it to enable Golden Go. There's like, I mean, Icy Wind's just a very good move. It's on a lot of teams right now. Icy Wind is crazy, so.
I just think it's like it's really strong, not only for like the Urshifu, but it's also really nice because you can it's similar to how why Fluttermane also runs it, because you can also hit Landorus through redirection, force Terras, because it's still stab Icy Wind, and you can also probably run like a naive nature to drop your special defense. So that way you at least get to keep like your decent special attack. Like Chenpao's what, like 90? So like yeah, it's like a stab
You know what?
Icy Wind coming off of a
I'm sorry, but
Pokemon.
you've inspired a middle of the episode. Calc is right. I just need to go see how much. And honestly, I mean, this is why you're a regional champion, because I didn't even think about how, like, you could absolutely drop your special defense. Like, you're always dying to Tachyon Cutter. So you could easily
Exactly.
run a naive nature on this guy. There's no special attack that's really going to make a huge difference. Um, all right, into Landorus. Let's see. So we'll just look at this. I mean, this is a somewhat, maybe a little bulkier than average, but we'll just start there. And it does have a 90 special attack stat. You are right. It's actually way stronger than I would give it credit for. That's 0 special attack, doing 2 at KO. That's
A
very
really bulky
impressive.
one.
It's a good
On a
Yeah,
very
really
bulky
bulky
Landorus.
Lando, yeah.
That is actually
Then
really,
combine
really
that.
cool.
Then combine
We
that
also
with the
have,
fact that you have like another threat on the board with like Urshifu or your own Bando Lando with Sword of Ruin. Like absolutely disgusting.
yeah, that's cool. That is really, really cool. Um, Mont in the chat saying Icy Wind Lando or Icy Wind Pow would never work. That's so true. I would have to agree with you 100%. Um, but yeah, okay. So back to Victory Road. So yeah, I think that this team is going to stick around as well. I think it might have had like a top 32 appearance in Toronto. We'll see. Um,
Yeah.
Nothing to say about fourth place except that I don't think Dozo Ting did amazing in Toronto. Rain really doing well. Actually, this is from an American player, Jeff here. But I know that a lot of Italians are looking into this Rain build specifically, so I would not be surprised to see it pop up a lot in Birmingham this weekend. Um, in fact, I think we see Francisco here in top 8 as well, using the exact same build. And I think Pato is also playing it, so I would put. I mean, those are some strong players using a strong build. Um, Not Icy Wind on the POW. Dang, a different ice move. Um, but yeah, I think that this one might make some appearances this weekend for sure.
I agree. I think it's interesting though all the little text in between Jeff's here and then Pio Pero's, because they're both like quite different. Like you have like the Rocky helmet on the Pelipper on Pio Pero's and the Life Orb on this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're also both 4 move gust, no protect, which is also
Right.
pretty interesting. But I guess makes sense because you have rain, so it like reduces a lot of the threats that would normally just OHKO it.
And then Pollen Puff just feels so good with Archaludon, of course, that it feels like a lot of teams aren't missing Pollen Puff as much as they would like to have Protect on their Amoonguss. But yeah, being able to heal up a Assault Vest Archaludon that's gotten off some boosts that you want to stick around, that does feel pretty important. Actually, yeah, they have, I think, differences on almost every single Pokemon. Maybe the same POW. Nope, Terra Ice, Terra Grass. Yeah, pretty much. I think literally every single Pokemon has a difference. That's crazy. I do want to ask before we move on, Adi, did you have any thoughts on these builds? As you were a bit of a Rain fan last run for Regulation F. I don't know if you've cared to spend much time with it this time around, though.
I tried it out. But I really do like this build. I think that this is just very clean. It makes a lot of sense. I especially like Life Orb on Pelipper. I think that you're just allowed to. You need that Pokemon to be proactive. That was the biggest downside of running Rain. The Pelipper is kind of a bad Pokemon, but if you are just modest and you're clicking Hurricane and Weather Ball out of Life Orb, like that is going to be hitting pretty hard. And then I do think Ice Shard also is very cool just to get your like chance KOs onto Rillaboom before they can Grassy Glide your Urshifu's or your Flutter Mane or
That's
whatever. Yeah, so I think that a lot of this makes sense. It's cool to see it do well. I don't still believe that Rain can like win an event, but I hope I get proven wrong.
Right. Absolutely. That's what they're probably going to be aiming to do in Birmingham, especially, but maybe some of the other ones going on this weekend as well. All right. So, yeah. Any other highlight teams? Yeah, I guess it's not brand new. This team here. Actually, it usually features an Amoonguss instead of the Fluttermane. Um, I mean, it's also somewhat similar to Nil's team, but I don't think P2 Ursaluna did well at all in Toronto. I guess not at all. There was maybe 2 in day 2. Not as well as it might have seemed to, whereas Cresselia Ursaluna seemed to be the more impressive duo, so we'll have to look for that. But I think there's the 2 of these right here in top 8. So that, and then I think the rest of it is mostly boring. Besides, fine, I'll click the Baxcalibur because people probably want to look at Baxcalibur.
This is also like, I think this is super old team, right? Like there was a Bax Rain team that was running around like Portland 2024. I'm not sure. I don't remember that team. It was a while ago, but it's interesting to see people running back Baxcalibur Rain.
Was there a Protect P2 that I clicked on? I didn't even realize. These types of things will sneak past you. That is Protect
yeah.
P2. Yeah. Protect
That's
P2 is the type of
wild.
thing that you would see on the team sheet as you've got it handed to you and you wouldn't think about it. Unless you're like really locked in, which you should be at a tournament. But it's just like if you're playing on ladder, just not thinking. What? No recover? I'm saying. But yeah, talking about the Baxcalibur team, I think the wildest thing about me, or wildest thing about this team for me, is that like if Ogerpon was max speed, like that's just where the speed ceiling caps out at. Like they have Tailwind, but other than that, not a lot of natural speed. No Scarf, no booster energy, nothing even faster than Ogerpon, like a Fluttermane or Chenpao. So yeah, just a very low speed ceiling and only a couple of priority moves to make up for that, like Ice Shard. So yeah, really, really relying on being able to just damage trade with very bulky Pokemon and maybe get up the speed control and use double redirection to keep the important pieces safe, I guess. All right. So yeah, I think though, obviously this was not the main focus of the weekend, so we're going to be moving on to talking about Toronto. But I still wanted to look at some of the teams, especially because it felt like these. There's definitely some teams in here that maybe didn't have as strong of a showing in Toronto, but I still think are strong teams. And so ones to watch out for going into any of the 3 regionals this coming weekend. I remember I was looking at it earlier and I didn't know if there was any other teams I really needed to talk about. I know there's a Latias, so I'll click on that one really quick. But that one, it was kind of a strange set. Just Helping Hand, Mist Ball, Icy Wind, Tailwind. Sure, I'm not honestly that impressed by it, but why not? It's not. It's kind of like Cresselia actually in a little bit that way. It doesn't have Lunar Blessing, but yeah, kind of like the Icy Wind Cresselias that were in Toronto. So why did I keep this one in there? Oh yeah, so I think the reason I kept this one in here is because VR is now using VR paste as we've been showing for their results, and that's fun. I mean, I'm liking it. I'm liking it especially that it's in the different languages. I was actually talking with a French player the other day, and like they opened up a paste on their screen share, and they had it in French, and it was just kind of like cool that they could look at it in their own language, and then we could tab back to English if I really needed to. But it's just like kind of like click of a button, 2 players speaking a different language can look at something together. So that's kind of fun. But yeah, I think the main ones that I wanted to talk about was this report worm. What it stand? It's basically the nice thing is it's basically like standings, before when we had the Stallruth one. Um, and the it has pretty much all of the main functionalities that I'm looking for. It was made by Mike. I actually don't have the tweet where Mike was promoting it. Mike W. Actually often hangs out in the Twitch chat here, so I wouldn't be surprised if Mike pops by at some point in the stream. But if not, um, Mike W. did end up making this one. It's probably plugged down here at the bottom or at the homepage or whatever. But yeah, what this one does is, that I really like is it's a very good schedule analysis website. So it's like, Cary's team is so stupid strong. I really want to beat it. Cary lost to somebody. Who did Cary lose to? Let's go look at who Cary lost to, and then you can figure that out. And then maybe you're losing to Cary's team on ladder, and you're like, I've been using the Reggie Drago team. Did Cary play against any Reggie Dragos in the run? Oh, there's actually two of them. No wonder. This team might be very capable of beating Reggie Drago. Something like that. These are the type of things you can use these websites for. And yeah, I'm just so glad that this is back. Mike, okay, here is Mike in the chat. And so yeah, this is I don't know, it's a really nice site. I was very much missing this since standings went down. Can we get a link in the chat? Yeah, of course.
Good.
Yeah. I was looking at this earlier today, and I really like it.
Yeah, I think like I don't have any like major criticisms besides like it's simple, which is honestly that's the thing. That's all you need. Is it just has the data here, and yeah, the thing I like about looking at it, the schedule here is that it has all of the necessary information, like for example, you get to see the records of the opponent in the schedule. So I like that part where it might not be as applicable to like Cary's schedule, who had a pretty flawless run here. But if you pick like something more in the middle, you can look at like Charles and see like okay, we lost to Adrian here, and they were using this standard Flutter Harkonine team, and they ended up finishing 5-3. So like maybe that matchup isn't perfect. Maybe there comes down to some calls and stuff like that. You can just make a lot of you can learn a lot from these websites. So I really like that it shows all that stuff. Makes it really easy to digest. And then
they also have a usage stats section,
yes,
which lets you see the win rates of Pokemon, or the conversion rates of Pokemon into Day 2 and into Top Cut, which is pretty cool.
Yes, this is awesome as well. This one, you can definitely get a little bit lost in the numbers. That's the other thing that can be a little bit tricky about this one, is like if you wanted to know Landorus's number, a little bit of a pro tip is just scroll down until Landorus is at the very top, so that you don't have to like figure out exactly which line is Landorus. I know that it's like alternating colors to make it a little bit more digestible, but yeah. So another cool thing you can do with this one is look at like Phase 2 conversion rate, sort by that, and then it'll tell you the Pokemon that made Day 2, like some of the better conversion rates. But yeah, you want to like kind of like filter out the Pokemon that are lower usage. Like it is kind of interesting that Basculegion had the highest Day 2 conversion rate, but only 8 people used it. Whereas once you start to scroll down and find those ones that are like over 10 uses or so, that's where you'll start to find like the real gems, like Landorus Therian, a Pokemon that I love to shit on because I think this guy sucks, but people keep using it. It had a very good conversion rate. It seems like a lot of strong players are using this Pokemon.
And then none of us Top Cut, so didn't quite convert as much as you'd like it to.
And then actually, Cary, here we go, Roaring Moon. 42 uses in the whole tournament, but a very good Day 2 conversion rate, and also, I guess, a good cut conversion rate. The cut conversion rate, I wouldn't focus on too much, because cut is, like, so small that, like, it's just not... I mean, it's somewhat important. It's cool still, but... Yeah.
Like,
go ahead, Ani.
It's cool that the Basculegion was consistently making it to Day 2, but, like, yeah, if they're not top cutting, I'm skeptical the Pokemon's good. And yeah, like Roaring Moon, not only having a really high conversion rate into Day 2, but then also having a really high conversion rate into Top Cut and winning the tournament probably says a lot about his place in the metagame right now.
And then Rillaboom or Shifu, they're good. Those Pokemon are good.
Yeah, there's 9 of those guys in cut.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Good Pokemon, I guess. Instant actually You have to scroll down a little bit to find Ensign, but that's because Ensign is always going to trend a little bit more towards the. I'm going to use the wrong one. It starts with an M. Is it mean, median? I don't know which one. The middle.
All right, but Alex, don't
Oh my
scroll down.
gosh.
What's the lowest day 2 conversion rate Pokemon that is
Like, overall?
reasonably high used? Yeah.
Oh
overall.
no, the lowest
That-
of
that-
the
that-
lowest
that
of like
is-
an interesting.
That isn't 0%. Sorry, that isn't 0%.
Oh,
What's-
okay.
Which Pokemon that had 1 usage in day 2 has the highest overall usage?
Wait, what? 1 usage in day 2. Oh, I don't know. Wait, this is very specific then. I'm confused.
Because otherwise, surely there's like Pokemon that have 0 usage that I would have to scroll through all the 0.
Yeah, I'll give you my
wait, hold
answer
on.
that I don't think meets your criteria.
Okay.
But if I was to
Sure.
flip this, I would expect Iron Hints to be a Pokemon that maybe is used a lot, but maybe didn't convert well. But if you're talking about a single
Mhm.
Pokemon, I'm not able to.
So
Let me.
Iron
Should I
Hand
just click
had
this and flip
4
it?
day 2s.
Does this? Flip
Sure.
it?
Yeah.
Or does that not flip it? It did flip it. I think so.
Yeah, that flips
so-
it.
Okay, so I had to go past the zeros. Then is that the idea?
Yeah.
Right, because so like Gallade had 12 uses and had 0 day 2s, but that one doesn't surprise me too much, and that was the highest usage without a day 2. But the Pokemon with 1 day 2 and a whole lot of usage is actually
Okay, wait, hold
Scrolling.
on. I'm ready. Ninetales!
Is
Wow.
Ninetales.
That is pretty
A
cool.
lot of people brought Ninetales, only 1 in day 2.
And it's a
same with
Dozo
Articuno.
team, right?
Oh
It's a
yeah,
Dozo team,
It's a Dozo team.
That is super cool. And actually, I mean, it is right here married to Articuno in a way. So that's pretty funny. Moltres Galar also funny to see here with the 100% cut conversion rate.
Wait, Grimmsnarl too.
Oh,
Right.
And
Yep. Yeah, this is really funny.
and Arch. That is funny.
Yeah. So, okay, so these are all the guys that, yeah, just really like had a lot of usage but dropped the ball basically. So yeah, I mean, there's some in here that are like kind of surprising to see. I mean, like Snow was honestly, I'm sure everybody's had a real bad ladder experience against a Snow team before, where either you had nothing that could reliably damage the Articuno, or you got frozen or missed it. And so, to see it do so poorly is kind of nuts to me. Where's Okidogi?
No.
I actually don't know how that
I think
guy
Dogi had
fares.
a good performance.
Yeah,
Right.
we had multiple brought it.
Actually, yeah, it's here closer to the bottom right now, which means it's closer to the top. So pretty good performance for Dogi.
One thing, what my thoughts on Snow, that is that the TO Snow team was actually just like the best Harkonine, Fluttermane, Landorus, Wellspring team that just got optimized past the point of putting Snow on it. And the Snow team that did well here was actually the Dozo Snow team. That is kind of a menace and is something that I really did not want to see. And they did pretty well. They went 9-3.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. This website, very, very cool. And so yeah, before we dive further into the results, while we're just talking about different websites, I also wanted to talk about LabMouse. I think got a bit of a change here. Like, this is the homepage for LabMouse, so it kind of caught me by surprise. I was just like, this is new to me. I'll be honest, I actually did not do my research. I put LabMouse in here as a discussion topic, and then I did not actually poke around with what is new. So caught. But let's see here. So it's talking about what is the trending Pokemon section referring to exactly here?
It's the highest net change between day 1 and day 2. So
Hey,
the
there's my
Pokemon that
Iron
went up
Hands.
the most or down the most in between day 1 and day 2.
Dang, it's so funny to see Urshifu Water there at the top. It's just like it's just like, you're stupid for not using this. Why aren't you using it? Oh man, that's so dumb.
And I feel like you actually see that whenever you look at usage statistics, is that, yeah, the Pokemon that have the highest jump up are actually just the best Pokemon, because like good players use the good Pokemon, especially in a format as centralized as this one.
Yeah, so I'm not seeing anything too insane from this data. Besides, I guess Torn had a slight downtick, and Iron Hands had a, in my opinion, an expected downtick. Wellspring also a little bit. Cool. Um, so anyways, let me
Mhm.
see. Completed here.
I wouldn't take like a 3%, 2% downtick very with I would take it with a grain of salt. It's just a sample size. But Iron Hands going from 5% to 2% really flopped.
Got it.
Having one of the biggest decreases despite being very low usage probably says a lot about its quality right now.
Oh man, where's Masters? That's Masters.
Right there.
Okay, okay. So I think over here, let's see if I wanted to see Cary's schedule. Yeah, so this is what I like about this is that it puts the schedule right there with a click. Like I don't have to go to a different link. But what this is missing is that I really like that record. I think
Mhm.
that seeing the record of the opponents at the end of the day can just really give you an assessment of like, did so and so beat a strong player on an archetype or did they beat a weaker player on an archetype? Again, we're not here trying to flame anybody in particular. It's just talking about how to like actually like analyze the schedules and stuff. So yeah, I think I actually already clicked Charles earlier, so but I'm just clicking around. And so yeah, it's just kind of nice to know how they finished at the end of the day. But otherwise, yeah, I like that. I like that feature, and we just have had such a serious void since standing went away. Where is the table number? I know I saw it earlier, Max, and I was laughing at it because what website was it? Was it the Missing No one? I think had
Oh
the
my gosh.
table.
I'm so sad that one broke. Like I don't know what's up with it. Like it keeps saying it's in like live standing mode or something like that for like all the
Yes,
tourneys. So it's just like
it actually.
broken. It was such a cool site too because it like keeps like the data and it shows you like a chart of like all the placements and everything. Like and like
Oh,
it
is
has
Toronto now
links
at
to
the
like all the
bottom?
teams.
Or
Like if you search up players, like I was like, this is like a super cool website, and then it just like broke. I was like,
yes,
what's going
I I'm
on?
I'm right there with you because I think that they're probably just continuing to work on it. And once this one is back up and running, okay, did they just not have? I can't
No,
find
they got rid of
it.
it. It was on here earlier today.
um,
It was,
I was looking at it as
yeah, they got
well,
rid of
and
it.
the issue with it, issue I was having with it was it wasn't letting me look at the schedules. So,
Yeah, it's because it's in the live standing mode like on all of them
yes.
for some reason. Like normally it's supposed to let you look at like the runs of people and everything. You can just click, pops up in the team sheet, super handy. But then it just like broke. But they got rid of Toronto right there. It was there this morning. I was looking, like trying to like see if I could
Mm-hmm.
get it to work to like look through
Because
everything, but it just wasn't.
everything here looks really, really cool. It looks very nice, and so once this one's back up and running, it's going to be pretty solid. I think I was seeing that it wasn't working at all here for the history. You can see like even old
Yeah,
tournaments,
right there.
match history data not available in live mode yet. Um, yeah, the that is absolutely what I'm looking for is to be able to see again who Luca played against because that's the real like void we were having is just like to be able to easily look at schedules. Um, in terms of meta analysis, though, I actually still think Cut Explorer is kind of just my favorite for this stuff, especially when it comes to looking at teams. So, for example, you're like, who was the like what were the highest placing Fluttermane Rock Dog teams? You can still just click those two factors here and then scroll down and see exactly what were the most common builds of those. Dorian, who we just had on Tub Takes, ended up being the highest placing of that with his variant. But then, like what if you were trying to
He
figure out
he
what's the
came
most
on top
common
takes.
one? Yeah,
He came on top takes. He was very insistent that his version was better than everyone else's, and he proved he proved it right. He proved himself right.
yeah, hell yeah,
He
hell
no one else top cut, and he was I think he was the only one in top cut.
Um, and so yeah, maybe the version will continue to or I don't know if it will or won't catch on. Like it still feels like if you're talking about like what's going to be the one that's going to be the most common. I'm looking at like the Urshifu one or maybe the Chenpao one because it actually seems like a lot of people were on the Chenpao one, more than I would expected. So yeah, I mean, Cut Explorer still very good for at least tackling the metagame. Whereas the other websites, those are the ones that I'm really liking for looking at schedules. Um, let's go ahead and dive into it finally, though. So, Cary, actually, I should have grabbed the team because you already posted your team. I'll go grab that now. Um,
Yeah.
let me see. But yeah, talk us through without diving into like a full team report. But yeah,
Right.
talk us through how the team came to be, and yeah, when basically just
Gotcha.
start us there.
So I joined a bit later in the process, probably like 3 to 4 weeks ago. Pat was working on this for about 2 months, but he kept sending me concepts and we kept like discussing small aspects of it. So if you actually look at the paste, it says like slip and dip 45. This was like the 45th version of the team by the time we were done with it. Um, and so the concept originally started as Urshifu plus Landorus because we identified those being like, well, Patrick identified those being like very strong together. And then it started to branch out. Roaring Moon was coming like in and out of the builder, and then it consistently stuck with Moon, Dango, Shifu, Lando, and Ensign. And Gus was like a water pond for a bit. Pat did day two VR with an old variant of the team, but he told us like when he made day two, he's like, I don't know if I want to play day two, and we're like, why? And he's like, because I'm just playing with the worst version of the team because I realized the changes I wanted to make, which was to change the Urshifu to Terrifier, make the Ensign Rocky helmet, and then put a Moongus over Water Pond with Citrus Berry. And that was like basically the finalized version when it came to items, and then we started like working on spreads and game plans, and then it came together here. But the main reason why we ended up concluding with this is it had a extremely favorable matchup into Harkonine Flutter teams because Rory Moon outspeeds the all the bold flutter mains, so you're able to just click Tailwind, and then you're able to drop a Make It Rain. Now, does the Goldango outspeed the flutter main and Tailwind? No, but it outspeeds the Harkonine and Tailwind after an Icy Wind drop, so you're able to just drop Make It Rain, kill the flutter. If Harkonine goes for Flare Blitz, it kills itself from the recoil, and then basically they have two Pokemon versus three if they decide not to Moonblast your Moon, which normally they don't. And so now you have Roaring Moon, Lando, and Urshifu versus their last two Pokemon, and in Tailwind, so it leaves them with like barely any resources to finish up the game. And then the other matchup we wanted to be really good into was all the CM Bolt balance, which Mystic Water, Terrifier, Urshifu made it like very trivial into the Fire Pond variants, and then Lando Gus was just already so strong into it in general.
Hmm. Right,
So that was
and
like the main idea.
I'm glancing here. Do you did you okay? You did play against the Rock Dog there. Looks like you
Yeah,
got
that was actually my
one.
friend, Caden Owens, another Florida player. And it was funny because we were already talking about this matchup a lot between each other. So it was kind of funny because he knew the best lead with his team into my team, and I knew the best lead with my team into his team. So it was just like really goofy.
That is
But I was
fun.
able to take that 2-0. Game one was funny though because Amoongus lived on 1 HP twice. Once from it took a Draco Meteor from the Bolt, lived on 1 HP. Citrus Berry procced. I breaking swiped Rage Powdered. He went for Terrawater Cudgel into the I mean Terrawater Cudgel Cudgel into the Amoongus to kill it, and it lived on one again, so it was able to redirect the close combat
Oh
from the
my god.
Urshifu. So it was like really funny, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, this stupid Amoongus, this stupid
The perfect
Amoongus."
spread. The absolute perfect spread.
Yeah,
Insane. Um and
yeah,
then it looks like yeah, you got to play against a decent amount of balance as well. See a couple of those. Actually, no, not maybe not a decent amount, only two.
yeah, I
Let's see.
was surprised. I got a bunch of I got a lot of random stuff in the early parts which were a little tricky. Like I faced like Acrobatics Rillaboom in round three. I was like, what am I playing against? Um, but then by the time of like round like four, I started I think facing some more of like the like meta builds and stuff, and so that
Hmm.
was nice. Like round five against Ale was like pretty stressful because that matchup's like really goofy with the Reggie Drago. So what makes this matchup annoying is the fact that they're timid Life Orb Drago on this team, which timid Drago outspeeds Booster Speed, Roaring Moon, and Tailwind. Modest does
Mm.
not. So And the other funny thing is if I Terra Poison my Roaring Moon, it's a 50% chance to KO with Life Orb Draco Meteor, so I have to play like Protect Bind games and stuff, but it was like decently favorable as long as I got rid of the Drago early and then I just cleaned up with Urshifu plus like Incineroar in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Did you have to face
yeah.
this multiple times as well? Or no, you did not
No,
play
I faced
Justin.
it once. But if Tang beat Paul, I would have had to play Tang on the team in finals, which was
Right.
gonna be scary if I did, because that matchup is a little annoying.
Yes, it does sound like it. It does sound like it. Um, so then the I saw a question in the chat about terraflying on Ensign.
This was a this was a very funny innovation, and how we came to come around to this was, so the team felt really solid overall. We felt like we had good matchups and everything, but the thing that we were struggling into the most was double genie, specifically double incarnate, so Lando incarnate and Tornadus incarnate, and it was really annoying because it felt like they could kind of click Bleakwind plus Sandsear for free most of the time, and so we're sitting there and we're like, and Pat poses the question of, "Are we ever really clicking Terra Grass on Ensign?" And we're like, "No." He's like, "What about Terra Flying?" And I'm like,
Mm,
"Wait, that might work." Because then what you're able to do is you can lead Ensign Terra Flying, avoid the Earth Power, parting shot out into your Moon, and now you have a -1 Lando in front of you. So then at least you're able to like take less damage from it. You're still taking a lot, but at least it's like reduced. And then it also basically kept all the same defensive traits as grass. Like it gave us the ground immunity that we wanted, or resist, like into Ursaluna, for example. Like we're still
yep.
neutral to facade, but now we're immune to ground, which was really nice. So it kind of gave us like a pseudo Landorus into the matchups that we didn't bring it into. And then
Right.
there was like no, like we weren't even clicking Terragrass much anyways. Like I didn't click Terraflying very much at all, but in the matchups that I did, it was very nice. So
I think
that's
you
like the
did on
main reason why we
stream,
had it.
right? I believe you did on stream.
No, Brendan did.
Oh, am I
Brendan
getting it
Zhang.
mixed up? I'm getting it mixed up.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He Terraflying does AV Ensign in front of my Urshifu, I believe.
Oh wait, so it was against you. Did you guys both had it?
Yeah, we both had it. It was funny. I didn't even realize until he did it. I was like, oh, my dyslexia. It's Terraflying, not grass. So I thought
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was funny.
You got to really be careful reading these sheets. Some of these things will sneak past you when you just make the safe assumptions. Like, oh, they're probably just what you expect them to be, and then they're not. Um,
Oh, 100%.
so you kind of answered it, but well, also really quick. It's funny because you made that choice for a team that you didn't play. That's always how it goes. You didn't. I don't think I see double genies in your run.
No, I luckily dodged it. Pat played it a lot, but
Okay,
and he
got
was
it.
able to beat it because he had the Terraflying. Like Terraflying was like very good into his. I was fortunate I dodged it, but I also didn't expect many people to be on it because I honestly think it's like pretty bad into like the current format, like especially with
Yeah,
like bolt balance and stuff. Because like if they get like one Calm Mind off, then like you're fighting such like an uphill battle to be able to get through it. And it's just not very good into like POW teams because like they just threaten an OHKO on both of you, especially if they're shard. Because like now you're pressured with Terra and you're just kind of dying.
mm,
So we were like, well, we'll trade a bad matchup into Lando Torn, and like at least it's still playable for good matchups into like all the common balance teams. So that was like the main thing.
and so you kind of answered it there, but I was curious. Was that like the main matchup that you were looking to dodge going into the tournament? Was there any other ones, or is it pretty much just that?
Um, There was a certain variant of Sun. It's specifically the After You Lilligant Torkoal teams, because I'm sure if you look at the team, right, we have two Spore immunities, which is Goldango and Amoonguss, but Goldango and Amoonguss do not like to be in front of interrupting Torkoal.
No.
So it was still like somewhat playable. It's just very awkward. But then like every other variant of Sun was like pretty like neutral to positive because either they were on the upper hand Lilligant that didn't have After You, which can't upper hand our Ensign because then they break their sash with Rocky Helmet, or
That's fun.
they weren't on Lilligant and it was like still fine.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that was like the
Um,
main gist.
okay. Actually, that is I forgot that that was one thing I did want to touch on a little bit. You talked about it a bit, but Helmet Instant, did it feel very strong in the run? Did it feel like an awesome choice?
Oh, busted. Like Helmet Instant's always been my favorite instant set. If you look at like some of my previous results, like I've used it a lot. I've always liked like the impish bulky nature. It just makes it like really obnoxious for like Sash Urshifus, but it's also really nice into like Ursalunas, Rillabooms. Like it just makes the way I always like to look at it is that Incineroar is always just like, around. It's very easy to pivot in, pivot out, and the opponent always has to consider it. So like and then I've always liked having Citrus Berry on my Gust because it's like just stays around longer, so it's nice to kind of have both in a way that make a really
Mm-hmm.
nice pivot duo.
I think the thing that seems the coolest about Rocky Helmet to me is like being a little bit less scared of Urshifu. Like you don't have to like
Yeah,
Terra instantly, even if they do decide that they're going to just Surging Strikes you. You're not without some kind of compensation there. I mean, doing half is pretty chill. Chill with me at
exactly.
least.
Uh, Funnily enough, the defense came up in one of my sets where this guy was 100% on like the 156 adamant Urshifu with Scarf. He clicked Surging Strikes into my instant. I was at like 80, like 75%, and I lived like pretty comfortably the Surging
Oh
Strikes from
no.
that range.
Oh no.
And I was like, this is why no one should ever be on 156 adamant Urshifu. Like you gotta have more attack, man. It's so bad.
Yeah, yeah. Or have that extra multiplier somewhere, Mystic, whatever,
Right. Hmm.
because otherwise you will end up very sad.
No,
uh,
100%.
all right, so Paul, you ended up going with this combination of the bulky flutter balance type guys. There's like a lot of micro decisions that go into these Pokemon, I'm sure. So I'm kind of curious what ended up leading you to picking these six. Was it these six for a long time? Did you decide it very late in the game? How'd you come to it?
So originally, like a month ago, when I picked up Reg S again, I played at a local. I was using like the Iron Crown size fan team. But I made it
That's
to
not the
top
same at
four,
all.
and yeah, and I lost because I forgot to press Tailwind. So I realized size fan was probably not for me. So I went back to look at like the Raging Bull stuff. And I looked at like Tim Edwards' team, and I felt like that was something that was decent because um, Booger Pond, which is like another like secondary go to the team, where you can just like Ivy Cudgel, like Amoonguss and stuff. I just thought having like another um strong like uh fire type would be nice too. Originally I was Chen Pao over Fluttermane, but I didn't really like having too many physical attackers, and Fluttermane felt like it kind of did the same thing where it was just able to slow stuff down. Um, so I went with that. And then I used the six in the GC, and that's what I got like 19th or whatever with. The only difference was I used Terra Fairy Flutter Mane, and the EVs on Rillaboom and Incineroar were different. But I never Terra'd the Flutter Mane at all. Um, so going up to the week, uh, I was just thinking about like what stuff I struggled against, and one of them was like the Amoonguss like Ursaluna stuff. So I thought maybe just slapping Terra Grass was good enough to like get them to not swarm me. So that's why I went with Terra Grass. I also just liked having Protect over like Taunt because Taunt is like useless like half the time. So I didn't really think it was like useful to have it. I also just like didn't like how if you just run like Thunderwave Taunt, you're just like an open target for just like anything. Like it's really safe for them to just double into the Flutter me. But if you have Protect, you could just like maybe bait them into attacking you. That's also how I want them to get into GC because they would just assume I don't have Protect. Um, and so that's the decision behind the Fluttermane. I guess the only other unique thing is just me having Flare Blitz on Incineroar because with Ogre Plant, people usually drop it for like Taunt or Will-O-Wisp. I only put Flare Blitz on because I just wanted a way to hit Whimsicott for like the Carson Sling Dynasty. And like
Hmm.
other examples would be like Terra Fairy for Rigor. I just wanted another way to hit fairy types. So that's why I put Flare Blitz on it because yeah, this way it's like if I'm against like a Flutter or like Rigor, I'm not just sitting around doing nothing against it. So
Right. I do like the Terra Grass on the Flutter. It feels like it has a lot of a lot of purposes that it can accomplish. I mean, like I know that Terra Fairy sometimes is defensive. You resist Wicked Blow and Sucker Punch and stuff like that. But Terra Grass, there are so many priority moves that your Flutter gets to resist: Thunderclap, Aqua Jet, Grassy Glide, that it can be really really handy. On top of like you said, the ability to hit around things like Rage Powder or be a little bit better into some of those Pokemon. So. Um, yeah, defensive terror on these bulky flutters. It seems like a really strong consideration. And then yeah, honestly, the rest of it is just boring as shit, 100%.
Yeah.
These are good Pokemon. That's what Paul does. Paul's very good at Thunder Waving you and paralyzing you. If not Thunderbolting you and paralyzing you. No, jokes aside. Um, no, this the in your I guess looking at your schedule, what would you say was like the most like notable match you or the most memorable, one of the most memorable matches that you played?
Uh, well, for really quick, if you look at my schedule, every person I lost to had a Moongus, so that's probably the way to beat my version of the team. They're just having a Moongus. Um, the next thing, the memorable matches, I guess. Let's see. I
Hey,
mean,
you beat Aaron
there's
on the
like
run back. You
looking
beat
good.
Aaron on the run back. You
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
lose
but
to
I
him
had to like
once.
sweat so hard to win that. It took me like forever for me to figure out something else to beat him. But the other notable ones, I mean, it's round five. I know was a notable one. Aiden Barber. He used an example of where Flare Blitz was useful against. So game one, actually, it was Raging Bolt. My Raging Bolt against his Terra Fairy, uh, Farigiraf.
Oh
So, and
no.
I was like full health. I got to like +6 and was trying to timer stall him, but near the end he crit me twice with like Hyper Voice and Psychic, so I lost. So I couldn't like win on timer anyway, so I lost that. But then game three was like where it kind of helped because he had the Flutter and Terrafade for Igraff, so they both couldn't do anything. But I was able to win because I could Flare Blitz it with my Incineroar. It was
Yep.
one. Other than that, like I mean, most of I didn't really face like any weird stuff. It's mostly like um standard. Seung Lee is another example of like where a mirror can go. My game two against him did like the whole like Raging Bolt versus Raging Bolt, so we just sat there for
Oh
like 20
no.
minutes, and I won off timer, but that's the only time that happened the whole weekend. So I'm glad that's the only time I had to do that, sit for 20 minutes, where I won off time because I had more percentage because of my Raging Bolt. So
That is yeah, that's
yeah,
obnoxious to have to sit there
yeah.
for the full 20. Um
Yeah, I was running out for text too because I don't PT max my moves. So I had like by the time I had like five protects left, I was like waiting for like the notification for like 3 minutes and it didn't come up. And then like my yard time was at like 3 minutes. So I was like starting to panic. I was like, man, I'm about to lose because I don't have enough time to like stall the game out anymore. But then like I was just able to like throw a thunderclap in there when he like went for Calm Mind and that gave me like just enough time to win for that.
Dang. That is so funny, so funny because yeah, I mean, you have to think about it a little bit when you play these mirrors, and it is part of what everybody was dreading about Regulation F coming back was exactly that. The Calm Mind mirrors, the bolts staring at each other that can't do anything. Um, all right, let's dive into some of the other teams from the tournament. And so Jack Clark, funnily enough, Jack Clark got top four here, and Jack was the player that used like Toxtricity Driftblim, right? In Regulation
Yep.
H.
Yeah.
I think back to that team and I'm like, it could not give me different vibes, like further more different vibes than this one. Like it just is insane to me that now it's just like screens. And actually, I tried this one out on stream yesterday. A pretty poor recreation, just slapped some EVs together. And I was very impressed by Swords Dance Ogerpon. It actually just feels like it's got very good coverage in the metagame. Screens makes it very difficult to take down. Horn Leech keeps it alive. And on top of that, the Terra Spadef boost can be really, really helpful. So it's a pretty cool team. And really made strong use of Okidogi as well. That Pokemon is something that a lot of people believe to be like the savior, the balance killer. But sometimes he can't go all the way. But yeah, anybody else have any thoughts on Jack's build?
I think it's really
I
neat
think
with the Hex Dango.
Yeah, that's what I was going to point out too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it
That
takes
card actually.
advantage of
Go ahead.
Dunk
Go ahead.
Shot poisons, Sacred Fire poisons, and then the Thunderwave.
I didn't even think about that. Wow, that's true. The other statuses on the team, you think about Thunderwave, and then the rest is also pretty cool. Um, that is actually some pretty clever building. That's true. Um,
I do think
and
as far as
go ahead
like
on.
if you're looking for what sweeper you can put behind screens, Ogrepon makes a lot of sense, right? Because it's the only one that really doesn't mind getting surging striked. And it does get to boost its BDF, so you only really need one screen if your Grimstrong goes down turn one. And the Hornleech shields yourself. So I think it's a really cool core to build around. I do think it maybe is very heavily reliant on Ogrepon to beat Urshifu. Rapid Strike. I could definitely
Mhm.
see some ways to poke holes in this team with like a Torn Ursh, but yeah, I think it did really well, and it's totally something that we just haven't seen before. I think people had written off Grimmsnarl entirely, and yeah, it just kind of popped off.
Mhm. 100%. So this is definitely a team that I don't know if it will catch on like immensely, if like everybody's going to start running this team or anything like that, or at least be able to run it to the same level of success that Jack had. We'll have to see. I know that I think there's like a popular-ish group in the UK that likes this team with Jack, so maybe they'll be bringing it to Birmingham. Um, but yeah, then
They
Justin
called it
Tang,
UK Dogi.
UK Dogi.
UK Dogi, yeah.
Okay, that's cute. That's cute. Um, so Justin Tang did some more good classic, meta manipulation, whatever you want to call it, because did well in the GC with this, and then I think immediately said like Reggie Drago's really bad or something, and kind of gave off the vibe that was dropping the team after that, and then just loaded it up and did quite well with it. Making it all the way to top four. Also, which spites Marcus, what Marcus was saying on Tub Takes last week, right, Audie? Didn't Marcus say
Mhm.
that he was destined for top eight, no better, no worse? I think that's what he was saying.
He did say that. He did say that.
Um,
Hmm.
Yeah, he
so,
did.
I mean, because I think he has like gotten top eight at this tournament a number of times or something. It was some I can't remember what the pattern was. There was a pattern that Justin was going to have to fall into, and he broke it. So, I mean, Justin's awesome guy, so definitely rooting for him. Definitely cool to see him go this deep with this team. Um, it's a crazy aggressive team. Like it just really uses the type chart in such a scary way. Of course, with Drago, Golden Go, obviously covering each other. They're gonna Terra Fairy to dodge Drago, and then they get hit by the Make It Rain, and then you have to worry about the whole aggressive Firewater Grass that is Rillaboom, Hearthflame, and Urshifu. But yeah, I think that just watching Justin's games on stream, it made the team look so annoying because a lot of the time you were pairing like Hearthflame with one of these strong special attackers, and you had to think about, is the Hearthflame going to go on the offensive and just Terrify or Ivy Cudgel me, or is it playing the supporter role and clicking Follow Me while a Dragon Energy is coming my way? And it can force a lot of unpredictability in that sense. That makes it hard to cover everything this team's capable of. Um, Also, one of the more popular builds of the tournament, I think. Actually, when we were looking at Lab Mouse, I swear I saw like they had like the most popular teams. All right, let's just type in Lab Mouse. On the right here, and it was right here. I don't know what the score
Hmm.
means. I don't know if that's like championship points or something. But I saw that and I was like, no, that tracks. There was a good amount of players on that. In fact, if I type in Reggie Drago and then grab Golden Go, um, yeah, there was, I guess less of them than I thought, but Benjamin, Keanu, and Justin all had some very solid runs in day two. So, um, and Justin Tang is also a player with a good amount of influence. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this team continue to catch on. Um,
Nah, it's boring.
yeah, well, it's boring, but people like boring. What do you mean?
I guess. No, you're right. It is a very strong team. It looks innocuous, but it is like, crazy aggressive, and can create some really strong pins. And if it catches you out, it's gonna run you over. And yeah, he just kind of, I guess, ran people over all tournament. He did really well. I think he lost his last two of day one, and then swept day two as well. So he started out 6-0 in both days.
Oh, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Just streaking,
Or no,
just
that
doing some good
I
streaking.
think that's right.
I can go look. I can go look. But also Golden Go, having a good run. That's 3 of the top 4 teams running Golden Go. Oh, not quite Autumn.
Oh no, I lied.
But, that stream match against Marcus, by the way, if you haven't watched it, people should go watch it. That was a very entertaining set. The kids these days, they say cinema, right? Whatever. I don't know. I was at home on the couch. Yes, Cary, you get it. I was at home having a great time watching that set. Marcus played very well. And so did Justin. So yeah, Golden Go, very much a strong Pokemon. And was it Specs on 2 of these? Yeah, I guess it was Specs. But they
Yeah.
were no, this Terra Steel
Yeah,
was
we were
Terra
both
Fairy.
specs. I was Terra Fairy. Terra Fairy was so good. Like it was broken. So
It is
stupid.
fun. I imagine the answer is you clicked Make It Rain more than Dazzling Gleam, but was it close?
It was back and forth. Like I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Like I click Dazzling Gleam a lot. Like and that's because it hits just so much in the format. Like the way that Pat was describing it was bootleg Zacian, where you get like the steel and fairy coverage.
That's
So
funny.
it's like it's just nasty. And then like it's funny because I think the second time I clicked Shadow Ball was on stream versus Jack. Otherwise, I didn't click Shadow Ball like the entire tourney. It was just Make It Rain and Dazzling Gleam, and then Trick like once, I think.
I was gonna say, did you click Trick more than Shadow Ball? But not quite.
No, I clicked Shadow Ball more than Trick. I think the only time I clicked Trick was on stream versus Brendan Zhang when I was just trying to steal his Assault Vest off his Incineroar. I was just like, yoink.
I think yeah, we saw a couple of trick shenanigans with both you and Justin on stream. Just Golden Go being quite annoying. Okay. Next up here, Aaron's team. So Aaron Brock ended up running like a slight variation of the Crest Bear stuff, and I think it gives it a pretty different identity. Cool, which was kind of cool. The Icy Wind on Cresselia really allowed it to play differently, in my opinion. And I think Aaron was saying in his interview that it was like really good against like teams like Wolf's Orlando team, which it doesn't see a ton of presence, but we were talking about having good ways to beat the double genies, and um yeah, Cresselia, Ursaluna. Funnily enough, ESM Michael Zhang was flaming me in DMs because he was making his meta graphic or whatever, and I was like, P2 Ursaluna should have like double the usage of Cress Ursaluna. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like that's how it should be. And then I was so wrong after this tournament. Like Cress, at least not looking at Victory Road, but Cress Ursaluna was a much more successful duo, at least when it came to Toronto.
I think that's mainly just because you get the bulk of the Cresselia, which is like comparable to P2 in a lot of ways, and then you also get to run safety goggles. And it's also just Lunar Blessing being ridiculously busted if the opponent can't do enough damage to Ursa in time. It's like just
Mm-hmm.
nasty. Like gets it so hard to remove.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely that safety goggles lunar blessing that's the big difference maker there, because these teams have to do all kinds of dances around Amoonguss if they are just running Porygon 2. Oftentimes they do just still run Assault Vest on the Incineroar, not safety goggles on it, because they just want to have a bit more of a offensive Incineroar, and they want to be able to take special attacks better too. Which means that sometimes they just get spored the entire time that you're in Trick Room, and it's just a miserable time. Whereas Cresselia, it can just kind of blank Amoonguss boards a lot of the time, and that can be a really strong thing to have if you are expecting to fight a lot of Amoonguss. You also don't have to commit to or EQ as freely. That's a good point. That's a good point. This and
Yeah.
like I don't actually know how this was EV'd. I don't know. Maybe if you guys know better than me, but I don't know if the Ursa Luna was also running any speed to take advantage of Icy Wind, or if it was still just really slow. I saw MDB made a recreation of it today, and he put some speed on it. So I mean, but that's just one person's idea of it. Oh, let's talk about Kylan. Talk about Kylan. Who wants to talk about Kylan? Kylan always using
Yeah.
Dozo stuff, um, and doing it a little bit differently. I have to say, I mean, if I was, expecting a Dozo team to make top eight, if you asked me, like Alex, there's going to be a Dozo team in top eight. What's it going to look like? I probably would have said the snow one. I probably would have said like the snow one with Roaring Moon and Glamora. That seems like the most popular and strong version of Dondozo at the time. But Kylan made it work with quite a few different techs here. The Rocky Helmet, Terra Fairy Dondozo. Bringing it back with Chi-Yu Flutter, kind of like 222, but actually instead just having a Assault Vest Raging Bolt to round it out. Just a whole lot of special attackers and a Dondozo.
Yeah,
But
it sure is a Dozo team. I don't know.
I know. I know.
Kylan also ran like a weird Dozo team to cut Latin American internets last year, I think. That was obviously a different format, but yeah, I also think this is not the Dozo team that I expected to see at this tournament. I thought, like you said, we'd see a lot more of the more aggressive ones or the Snow Roaring Moon Glamora version.
This is still pretty aggressive for what it's worth.
This it's but it is a lot slower with the Raging Bolt and with the Glamora. It doesn't
That's
have
true.
as much of like a fast mode.
Yeah, it just got that Chi-Yu Flutter basically, and then other than that, it can play at a slightly different pace of play. That's for sure. Yeah. It looks like the snow one actually only had two uses that got championship points. Somebody did go 9-3 with it though, and actually Juan's team here.
I did
as
lose
well,
to that.
I think. You played against Juan?
That's the team. That's the team that knocked me out of the tournament. That gave my third loss.
Oh, tough. So you know how it is.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
I played both of them.
Oh, you played both. Well, I know
Yeah.
that you only lost to Aaron, so that I know that you beat both of these, and I'm happy for you. I love to see a Dozo go down.
I got on side stream for the one versus Juan. I was so tired, like because it was like I went like it was like last round of the day, and of course it's versus Dozo, so it's like a bunch of 50-50s, and I was like I almost let game one slip away. I was like, oh my gosh, please, I do not want to go to 3 games versus Wheezing Dozo, please.
100% understandable. And what's funny is on paper looks very similar to Kylan's team because it has 5 of the same 6 with Glamora being replaced by Wheezing, a different Pokemon for getting toxic spikes down. But then it's not Speed Booster Flutter, it's not Sash Chi-Yu, it's not Scarf Tatsugiri.
I would actually
it's not Terrifying.
I would actually argue that this one's easier than Kylan's, in my opinion. I only say that because Kylan has Speed Booster Fluttermane with like the Sash Chiyu, while this one's Specs. So with this one being Specs, I can always like protect to see what move it locks into, and then it can't really touch the board state of like Terra Poison Moon plus like Gus. And then if they don't have Wheezing on the board, then Moon's faster than everything on their team, and I could just like knock off Breaking Swipe, etc. So it was like when I saw Kylan's, I was like, oh my gosh, I was like super nervous, but we were able to like figure out a game plan for that one.
Yeah, Kylan. I mean, very, very familiar with how Dondozo works. In fact, I think I saw Kylan tweet something to the effect of like, "Until people show me a reason to stop running Dondozo, I'm just gonna run this until Scarlet and Violet's over." Like,
Yeah,
understandable.
pretty
You're quite
good,
good
but-
at it. What'd you say, Paul?
No, I just said it's the same thing you said. That he's pretty good with Dozo, so I don't see a reason for him to switch off it until Dozo's not allowed in the game anymore.
Nope. And then Dozo's already in the next game. The first trailer we see for Champions, they're like, by the way, Dozo's still here if you want. I'm like, please change Commander. Please don't put Tatsugiri in there. Although Tots probably
the big question.
He just got him. Oh, go ahead, Cary.
Now the big question is Mega Tatsugiri gonna be good?
Yes,
the
that's
big
exactly what I was
question.
thinking. Like, they've already basically confirmed that Dozo and Giri are going to be in the game again. But I'm just
My
praying
big
the
push.
commander is not unchanged. I hope they did at least one thing to it. They changed something.
Yeah.
They're gonna give it Super Commander, and that gives it
Okay.
+4 to all the
Yeah, no,
stats.
Oh.
it's Mega Tatsugiri that gets Super Commander and it eats the Dondozo.
Oh. No, the
What would
one that
that look
I
like?
think I was watching PokeAim's stream and he was like, "Dude, I want Mega Tatsugiri to be able to attack while it's in Dondozo." I'm like, "Joey, you don't play enough VGC to be
No,
allowed to say this stuff. Please, Joey, I know that you play
nah,
some VGC, but
nah.
please shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up."
That would be ridiculously broken with that special attack stat. It's like 135 now, so it's like basically like a little flutter main with like water and dragon stab. Like, please no.
Yeah. Oh god. Let's, you know what? I don't want to think about it until it's here. So, um, Eric Stewart ended up making it to top 8 here with the team that Matty Moo, I believe, used in a online grassroots tournament. And yeah, it's still doing pretty well. It's honestly very much in the spirit of Regulation H. It feels like, with the tail room teams, Fari and Torn here instead of like a Whimsicott. Um, with Sun being another big offensive factor you have to take into account, whether it's powering up Incense, Flare Blitz, or a Terrifier, Ivy Cudgel. And I think that the Flutter mains on these teams also usually run booster special attacks, so sometimes they'll just click Sunny Day, Terra Fairy, Moonblast into something and just wipe out a Pokemon instantly. Um, yeah, it can be very overwhelming to cover both sides of the speed control as well. Um, yeah, but I don't know. Did anybody play against this one here?
No. I played a lot
No,
of
no.
it in practice, and then I always lost because the Ogre Pond crit me on the last turn. So that's usually how it always went. Like I would get the Ogre Pond down to neutral. I'd have my Landorus in front of it. It's Terrifier. I'm like, great, I win as long as they don't crit every single time, like clockwork. Crit,
Yep, yep.
lose. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Ivy Cudgel is honestly the stupidest move because it's good enough as is. They did not have to give it a crit rate
Yeah.
buff.
Mhm.
They
So
really did not.
stupid.
Yeah, the number of times where it'll just be like, let's just throw out an Ivy Cudgel and see what happens, Like, oh, awesome. Oops, I just accidentally closed Cut Explorer. All right, let's get that back. So yeah, that. Let's see, the last one in top 8, Dorian. So we've kind of already looked at Dorian's core team. I think Dorian made some minor changes here, like running Terrifier on the Flutter. It's the only Terrifier Flutter I think I've seen. A bit of an odd defensive Terra choice, in my opinion. But I think that the part about the new version that I like the most is Clear Amulet Terra Ground Rillaboom. It feels like it's completely targeting the mirror. Not only can you not get slowed down by Icy Wind, but you can Terra Ground to immune the Thunder Wave. And on top of that, you get a benefit of powering up your high horsepower. So, really, really cool. I don't know if Ground has a single defensive property. Poison? Poison.
No, yeah, I think just poison.
I
That's
think it's
about
just
it.
poison.
At least in terms of like what it reverses from grass. So, sure, you resist Rock Slide if the Arcanine decides to lock into Rock Slide.
Mhm.
Got that going for you.
Oh, that's true.
But yeah, that's kind of cool. I kind of rock with it still. Um, but yeah, other than that, it's still the same team that Dorian will forever deny being an RNG abuse team, but I'm going to call it an RNG abuse team no matter what. It's always going to be fishing for those flinches. Come on, come on. I just posted again. Whoops. There we go. Okay. So yeah, let's go through the rest of day 2 here. Were there any other really cool, crazy teams that stand out?
Thought Nora's was a pretty cool take on the lander,
Yeah.
like on the flutter core. It was really annoying. Especially Terrabug Heatran. Like that thing's obnoxious. Like Terrabugs and then just like eats damage and just clicks Heat Wave, does like 50% to something. Like oof. And then combine
The
that
best.
like it's just a very strong, reliable offensive mode.
Oh, it's Bando Lando. I kind of expected Scarf on the team. I don't know. I've looked at the team a couple of times and just assumed Scarf every single time I've looked at it until now. What were you saying, Paul?
No, I did the same thing about the Badlanders. I thought it was cool. Um, and yeah, the same thing. Like when I played against Nora for the first game, I thought it was Scarf, and I looked at the sheet and saw that it was banded. So just because it looked like a team where it's Scarf, looks like it would be like an item on it. But band kind of makes sense if you have like Flutterman already to speed control and bolt, I guess too. But yeah,
Right. Right. Yeah, and then otherwise Heatran a very underexplored pick right now. With the Citrus Berry, Terrabug definitely able to take some hits. I don't actually know. Yeah, only 6 Heatrans even earned points. Eric running that build that we were talking about the other episode, Adi, the fake Terrapagos team, this one.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
It's literally just the same thing. But yeah, otherwise oh yeah, I forgot Heatran was also seeing some use on snow teams. There was a
oh,
variant of Tio's team, that people were trying that had Heatran. Um, let's see. Oh, I did want to mention Charles just continuing to be the goat of the casino team. You know, maybe it's not just all slot machines. You know, if you consider continuing to do consistently well with it, I feel it's like everybody else has moved on from this build. And in fact, when Charles did well with it in Orlando, the first run of 2024, I think people had already moved on from this build, and they were like, "Yeah, I don't know if it can cut it anymore." Charles continues to impress with this build, with the casino build.
I still think it's slot machines, man. Like I don't know. There's a lot of moves that can miss here.
But what if they didn't? But what if you just got triple cherry every time? 777.
Yeah, I guess.
Um,
And you know, I feel like now the format is turning into more and more of a slot machine format where you've got more teams clicking Tornadus buttons and clicking Bleak Wind. You've got now Thunderwave and Rock Slide are even more present. And so on some level, like I think that as the power level of the format gets higher, as teams get more refined, and as you need to sort of embrace that to get that little extra juice that you need, you might need to click some inaccurate moves. Other teams are doing it too now, so this one isn't so out of the realm of possibility there either.
right.
I'll stick with Make It Rain.
Make it rain. That one can't miss.
Fair
That one
enough.
can't miss. Yep. Actually, you don't have any moves that can miss, huh? No, you have Sansir. You have
no.
Sansir.
Oh,
A
it's
little
Sansir.
Sansir.
Yeah, Sansir.
Oh, you said you don't, but you had Sansir. How could you forget Sansir? Come on, you were clicking
I don't
Sansir.
know. I had the curse of Raw day one, man. I was just missing all of them. Like I almost lost my round two to like it was like turn two of game one, and I double whiffed Sansir, and I was
Yep.
like, oh my gosh.
Did I can't remember, Adi.
Yeah.
Did Nails end up going with no Earth Power?
I think he did run Earth Power.
Okay, he went back to it. He was
Yeah.
considering running sub instead of Earth Power, not instead of Sansir. Just letting it fly. I thought that maybe he had committed to it. Let's see. So yeah, any other
I
teams
think
that
I think
were
Marcus's team was pretty cool. I guess to see him on stream. And he's
right?
got that the choice card Phantom Force Annihilate to break protects. He's got that mental herb for Rigorath with Blood Moon. Looking again a lot like his like San Antonio team. I think this I'm not sure how fast the bear is here. I guess it's double trick room, so probably not very fast. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't get to watch this team on stream because I was playing, but I heard a lot about it. I heard people posting about it, and it looked really cool.
The Fluttermane
Yeah.
is like really neat. It's like a bold
Yeah.
flutter set, but it's special attack booster, which I thought was like really cool because it allows you to play it in Trick Room and then also outside of Trick Room depending on the speed tiers. Because I was talking with Marcus a little bit about it, and he was saying like it was busted as like a secondary Trick Room setter, like after you get through the first round of Trick Room, because then you have to deal with the special attack boosted Fluttermane next to a Life Orb, Blood Moon, or Saluna. So it's just a lot of offensive pressure coming down for both slots.
Mm-hmm. I do like that. I like that. Um, I like that. Like, just yeah, it can do a little bit of both basically. And yeah, I don't know if he ended up getting it off on stream, but I thought he might have like gone for Trick Room on stream, which is just cool.
I think he did once. No, no. Maybe game
Yeah.
2. I know he didn't go for it game 3.
Okay, here we go. I was distracted looking for Marcus's real pace, and I finally found it. Here's what people. If this doesn't look more familiar, now you know we were talking about Marcus's team.
Yeah.
Somebody sent this to me on stream yesterday, and I was cracking up. They like asked me to do an RMT, like rate my team, and I was like, "Oh, sure, I'll look real quick," and then I got blindsided by this. It honestly looks almost even funnier in PokePaste form.
It does.
It's so goofy.
They
Okay,
even got the
so
response to load up.
yeah. Oh, you're right. The Ogrefon is just like regular guy.
It's been normal. The still water fast.
Do you want me to hop over to Gomez?
I want to talk about Gomez's schedule because as you saw, he got 18th. He bubbled out of top 16. Only a couple X3s got top 16, but he might have had the hardest schedule in the entire tournament for someone who didn't cut. Did not play a single opponent who went worse than 5-3. Every single opponent went 5-3. His 2 losses in day 1, both top cut, both got top 8 and top 4. And then he also lost to Dorian, who got top 8 in day 2. Like just a brutal schedule, and then still bubbled out of the money. So
that is actually so crazy.
He was showing me this in the middle of day 2, and I saw him at the very, very top of the resistance leaderboard the entire time. So I'm kind of shocked that he missed out.
Damn.
Also, for people that are tuning in now, like you, Bruno, this Earthworm website, I linked it earlier, but basically, Mike W made a new standings website that kind of fills the void that the old one left, so it's easier to look at schedules. But yeah, let's see. So there's Marcus's. Man, was there any other ones that were crazy? The Bastia Legion team, the Assault Vest Bastia Legion team with Phantom Force. I do think that that's kind of fun. Started out as best one build. Still doing it here. There was a Pikachu. What's up, Paul?
Oh, I said I was gonna say one thing that I thought was interesting after this Pikachu one was Tommy Rolfing or whatever. He got top 32, but like I sat next to him on the last round and I looked over and he had 5 Pokemon. So I don't know like when he had 5 Pokemon, but he got pretty close to cutting the event with 5. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that can be brutal to come back from. I mean, losing one of your guys like that. But first here, Pikachu. Yeah, Eviolite Pikachu even, which is so funny because it's not even like using the power of Light Ball. At that point, I question why we're not just running like Focus Sash Raichu, maybe. Yeah, that might, I don't know, in my head that actually just does seem like an upgrade. I'm not sure.
It's the aura. It's the aura.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
You don't get to like.
This guy before. I think he's just a Pikachu fan. I think he just likes using Pikachu. Like I think even in, like the other events that he's been to, he's just used like Pikachu on his team.
They're a Vancouver local. They just used it for the love of the game. I respect it. I respect it. Let's see. Tommy Rolfling. Is it?
It should be in top 32.
Under Alex.
Gomez.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
think
just
he didn't have a Landorus. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
He just didn't have a Landorus when I looked over. So I just thought it was pretty cool. He almost top cut 5 Pokemon.
Right.
So, I mean, the team's kind of boring. So.
Yeah, I would say people do often think that like Landorus is the least important Pokemon on the team, so it probably didn't hurt too bad. You know, nobody actually needs Landorus to do anything. That guy's a waste of space. Okay.
So,
can you pull up the lowest placing of 5-3 team?
Lowest placing 5-3. All right. Let's go down.
It's 252nd.
252nd. Let's see. Oh my God.
That guy's
What
is
the
that
heck?
gold? Oh my gosh! Wait, Scary Face.
Scary Face.
Yeah. I don't really get what the Scary Face is for on this team though. Like I don't know what your Scary Face under, I guess.
Booster Energy Hands. What is happening?
I don't know how
he just didn't want to miss his rock slides.
I don't know how this won any games, dude. How?
Wait, when are you clicking Scary Face? I mean, I guess you could side Scary Face your Urshifu, but
I think that's all you're supposed to do. Just sidestep it, pace yourself.
We
Or you
need
like-
less
Chandelure.
speed.
Right.
Yeah,
Because how slow is Golem? Is it like
it's
40
it's
or
way too
something?
slow. Like I don't know the number, but it's pretty slow.
I thought Golem, if I had to
It's-
guess, I thought it's just 30. Maybe it's just 30.
I think it's
Golem
around
is
that.
45.
What?
Oh, sorry.
that
Goal.
sounds right.
Yeah. Yep, it's 45.
That's
That is
that's
so
wild.
That's so sick. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It went 5-3. They started 0-3 and one out.
That's a Dragalge. Okay.
Dragalge.
That's pretty
Yes.
good.
Dragalge. Well, I think it was Citrus. Citrus.
It's
Citrus Haze.
The Dozo check. Kylan, look out. Dragalge's coming to absorb your toxic spikes and haze away your boosts.
Wait, it's actually kind of good. It's getting to like Chi
Yeah.
Flutter.
No,
kind
don't
of.
calc how much is
Like-
taken from the EQ on the way in. Don't calc how much the EQ is doing on the way in. But you're right, actually, it does have a very good spit F for Chiyu Flutter. Maybe it actually is for exactly that. That's kind of based. Wow, that's so funny. Kylan would hate to see a Dragalge come in. ESM's team was cool. Yeah, I think he posted it on Twitter. Lost Box,
Whoa.
Sable Comfy.
That's cool.
Almost made it to day 2. Also repping the Dogi. Let's see. Yeah, I think then we'll probably move on to previewing the 3
What's Matt?
regionals.
Wait, what's Matt Tids? Look at Matt Tids.
Oh,
That's
Matt
like
Tid's always up
scoring
to
with-
something, huh?
Yeah,
What the?
Oh, that's
no
Clam.
Protect again.
Clam
No
DD.
protect.
oh man.
Wait.
That's
The
tough,
the
maybe.
Roaring Moon's 2 attacks are Knockoff and Stomping Tantrum.
Stomping Tantrum. And then it's 3 attack, Howl, Gouging Fire.
And then still
Oh my gosh.
so Matt was also very much doing the like I'm not done playing Regulation H thing and just ran the exact same Sinistra and King Gambit that he got second with. So just sticking to what works, but with some new friends.
It's pretty
That's-
cool.
That's fun. Actually, wait a minute. I forgot. I literally forgot. One of the Pokemon that he had on the old team was a Hariyama, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Iron Hands is back, baby.
It's so funny.
One
Wait,
protect.
and a
Yeah.
Specs Fairy type. Wait, a Specs
Oh, what was
Fairy
it? Was
type
it
too.
Prim?
Oh,
It was Prim.
Prim.
Yeah.
Yep. Everything just got upgrades. Everything just got some upgrades, and that's amazing.
That is amazing.
Okay, so let's go ahead. Actually, before we move on, we can start talking about the other ones. But I did want to run a poll because we talked a bit about different websites. But I wanted to see where do you guys like to look at your tournament results? Because like, what ones do you guys like to? I'm running it in the chat here, but I'm just gonna put Lab Mouse, VR. Cut Explorer, or other, I guess. So I just wanted to see what we talked about a couple of different websites, and I was like, I want to run a poll today, so we're doing that. And then I'll forget to look about the results in like 10 minutes or whatever. So previewing these tournaments. Let's actually, we'll start with Birmingham, whatever. Does anybody know about how big Birmingham is going to be? Pokedata,
like-
yeah, you can look at tournament results on Pokedata as well. Yeah, that's a good shout.
Should be like pretty big, no?
Yeah, I think this one should be. It's a regional. It's in the UK. Adi, go ahead.
I mean, I feel like if it's not at least 800 people signed up, I'd be surprised. I feel like that's generally been about what they're able to handle nowadays.
Right.
And I don't know why this wouldn't cap. It just every event's been capping they especially Europeans. They seem very excited to play Right F. So now they have a chance in their home region. And yeah, I don't know for certain, but I think it's gonna be a big one.
Mm-hmm. No, I believe
Should
it.
be a
I believe
fun
it.
watch.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
I'm curious to see if like any of the Europeans from Toronto like who are going to Birmingham, if they like have any like if they have a separate team that they're bringing to Birmingham that they didn't bring to Toronto because they want to like keep the sauce hidden for this tournament in particular. So I'm pretty curious to see like what happens.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
honestly.
I mean,
Go ahead, Adi.
One thing maybe not talked about when we're recapping Toronto is that there were a lot of really good European players that came, and we defended. We defended really better than last year, arguably. Jack Clark did do very well, but he was the only European in top cut. The only, I believe, non-NA player in top cut as a whole, right?
But he did it
Might
with
have
a
been one
cool
more.
team, though. He did it with a
Yeah.
He
cool
did it with a
team.
cool team. But like I'm just saying, when we have Alex Gomez and Fede Campo and Marco Fierro and Mike MDB, Eric Rios, like all these incredible players attending this tournament, none of them cut. And North America defended.
It's kind of funny. We were
I'm
talking
proud
about
of
the
that.
uses of different websites, and now I have Pokédata here. By the way, this is what I primarily use Pokédata for, is if I want to know stuff about specific regions at a tournament. This is the best way to sort by, like, oh, how many good, British players were there at Toronto. Like, that's actually what my favorite feature of Pokédata is. So, turns out you need a whole lot of different websites for this one, or for every different angle you can look at a tournament at.
But yeah, to add to what you were saying, because some of these players did have relatively disappointing results, I wouldn't be shocked if they did decide to make substantial changes, especially now that we've had our first major. They saw your team publicly and they're like, "Damn, that team's cool." Maybe we might see some representation for that one, and maybe some people changing over to that. I don't know. Yeah, I think we definitely will see some of these top European players who didn't get their performances maybe mix things up a little bit.
I'm of the opposite opinion. I think a week is just like you're supposed to take that those extra reps that you got with the team, like the real deal reps at a regional, and just continue to use them to push forward with the practice that you got. So I mean, if I was ever doing this, I don't think I've had to do a back-to-back tournament in a minute. Adi, was it Milwaukee 22? Was that the one that was like a week from Nats, right?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
NAIC was the next week after.
Yeah. I don't know if there might be one
Yeah.
somewhere else there.
I'm glad you mentioned that example because that was the time that Ja won a regional and then got top 8 at Nats with two different teams back to back.
Come on, shut up. You know what? But you know what, Adi? I don't think that was smart. I think that was goated. I don't think it was smart. I think it was goated as heck, dude. It was so sick. Anyways, yeah, no, Ja, that was one of my favorite back-to-back tournament performances. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so anyways, we're not doing this at a very European friendly time, so I did not see anybody in the chat mention how big Birmingham is going to be, and I wouldn't be surprised if we don't have a number. But yeah, like we said, anyways, around that 800-ish would be what we expect, and it's gonna have the official stream, so definitely gonna be a good watch. Let me see. I'll look later, but I wanted to know when the stream is starting for us, because like it might be like you wake up and it's kind of done thing, right? Like over here in
It's
the US.
probably like 3 a.m. That's usually what they do it. I guess what I'm curious about is if we're gonna get the 9th round. Like they're still doing that, right? Over in
It seems like Europe is
they
like
are doing it.
Yeah.
I think it was
So
confirmed they're doing it.
I always feel so bad for them regarding that because it's like I can't imagine doing like 8 rounds and it's like, all right, here's the one that's gonna be part of day 2 and it's going to determine if you keep going. But we all know you're tired, but keep playing. It's like,
right. It does say on there it's gonna be 1 round of day 2, which I think is so stupid for multiple reasons. One, like you said, you're already tired. 9 rounds is a lot. I don't think 9 rounds is unreasonable. I didn't mind playing 9 rounds back when we had 9 rounds of day 1. But yeah, I think the 9th round is probably around the time a lot of people start to get tired. It's probably lower quality. But then also, what I really hate is one, the social aspect. If you don't make day 2 and your friends do make day 2, you don't get to go eat dinner with them or hang out with them. You just want to leave. Usually when day 1 is over, if you go 5-3 or 4-4. And so you don't get to see your friends as much. And the second reason is that, okay, let's say you lose the first round of phase 2. Do you show up the next day? Right? Like, do you play it out on the hope that you can get a booster box, but you can't win prize money anymore, right? You're out of prize range. And so like I get it if you're going for a world's invite, you just have to show up and play this tournament where you don't have really anything to win. That kind of sucks as well. So yeah, I do think that if you're gonna have the system, you should split the days up as they kind of were intended.
I'm 100% with you there. Nothing to elaborate on, but I think your points are justified. 100%. So, yeah, that and yeah, people are talking about it in relation to EUIC. I'm seeing some people saying that it's confirmed for EUIC.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, they put a thing out with the
no.
schedule, and we're doing the same
Actually,
thing there.
I really should have put that in the topics doc. If anybody has the tweet handy, if they could grab it for me, I'd really appreciate it.
Let me see if
The
I can find it. I think I have it somewhere.
because I did actually remember seeing that floating around today, and I'm like, I guess that actually is news to talk about. But yeah, I
Can't wait to
think
deal
we
with
should.
that and jet lag.
Yes, exactly. It's not fun for obviously all the reasons that we already highlighted. But yeah, talking about Birmingham, definitely going to be a lot of fun to watch just because it's got the official broadcast and stuff, and we want to see how different the metagame is, how much this tournament influenced all of the tournaments to come, because we have literally three tournaments, and I don't know. I mean, regionals, there's a lot of victory road tournaments happening all the time, a lot of grassroots happening all the time, but regionals are the ones that truly influence the metagame the most. And so we're going to see how many people decided, my team doesn't look good into this metagame, I gotta bail, or like, oh, that person did well with exactly what I want to use, I'm just ripping that. And going from there. Why is it EU specifically that does the 9 round thing? I actually don't really have a good answer. I just know that their tournament organizers over there are liking it, and over here our guys are being a little more reasonable. It feels like. I don't know. I've been delaying picking.
I
Oh yeah,
mean, so
smart for this. Go ahead, Ani.
one thing that Rajan was talking to me about after the tournament, or as finals was going on, was how late finals was going, because we were streaming all of top eight, and we normally don't stream all of top eight. And so yeah, I guess if you do have that extra round of phase two in day one, then you do get to stream all of top eight and still end at a little earlier time. So I guess that is one argument for it if you really want to maximize the number of games played on stream, which I kind of get, but yeah, I'm not a fan of it, but I think it might be just because they just want to find a way to stream more games while also getting out of the venue a little earlier on that Sunday.
On the subject of that, Adi, that did remind me of two things. One, somebody mentioned in the chat that the side stream, which also it was awesome. Side stream, it was really cool to get extra games to watch.
Yes.
Love that. Keep doing that. They streamed juniors and seniors finals. That's really cool for people wanting to watch that. And but yeah, we were also talking about this in Tub, and it does feel like as much as it is fun to watch all of those top 8 games, if we do continue with this side stream thing, it might be better if they put 2 of the top 8s on the side, just to like make the tournament run a little faster. Like for example, Justin Tang, he was somebody that had to reschedule his flight. Actually, I don't think he ended up getting a flight. He ended up like taking a bus.
Yeah,
But same
he had to
difference.
take
Had
the
to
bus.
Yeah, he just straight up
had to
missed it.
change his travel plans because he made it deep into the tournament. I know, suffering from a success. Let's all cry for Justin Tang. But on the real though, like it, sometimes when it comes to booking your travels, there's limited options, and you don't want to spend $500 extra just to make sure that your flight is after you are completely knocked out of the tournament. And so the tournaments, if they ran like a little bit faster because they didn't stream every single top 8, could be cool. But I don't know. There's pros and cons. It's nice to have the official stream for every single top 8, but it takes a long time. It does take a long time.
Yeah, I was waiting for a while to be able to play against Kylan. Like that was like I think like an hour. Like where you're just kind of like, I mean, we get to make like game plans and stuff, but like still, it's like an hour of like waiting when you kind of just want to play.
Yes, exactly. And so, okay, somebody did mention, by the way, in the chat as well, Birmingham is 777. If that's the actual number, that's really funny. We were just talking about casinos earlier, but how amusing. Will we see Orthworm at the 3 regionals this weekend? I think without a doubt for now, without a doubt. Okay, let's go ahead and pick our smart monies, though. We didn't talk about the old ones, and I think Kaysen got the best pick.
Yeah, I think Billy got top 32. I think that's the best out of the 4 of them.
I had a lot of faith in darts, and I think he just went 5-3, unfortunately. Marco 9-3. Lorsi, I think, also drowned in day 1, unfortunately. And yeah, Billy had a solid finish. So All right.
Mhm.
Let's
I had a chance to
let's go.
get smart money right, but I lost to Billy in the very last round and got it wrong.
um, all right. Cary, who do you got winning Birmingham?
That's tricky. That's a really tricky one. I'm gonna put my friend Stefano Greppi. I have like a lot of faith in him that he can do well, so I'm gonna say him.
All right. Is it singular P or double P? I think it's double P. And anyways,
Oh
you
yeah,
get who
it's
it
double
is.
P. Yeah.
All right. All right. Paul, who do you want?
I'm gonna pick Cincinnati, Francesco Pioppo.
All
He's been
right.
doing
Good
pretty
pick.
well
Good
online.
pick.
I think he has a good chance to make this.
Adi?
I got I got I got Matty Moo. Consistently one of the strongest players on the islands. I know they're not part of the UK, but yeah. I see if he's going, he's always a favorite to win.
Seeing a lot of people playing along in chat as well. Appreciate that. Love that. Yeah, put your guesses there now. We have 3 of these to do. So, yeah, for me, Marco is going, right? I think I want to grab Marco.
Yes, he should be from what I heard.
Okay, cool. I'm grabbing Marco. I think he got one tournament under his belt, and now he's figured out how to eliminate every single loss, going undefeated in this one. So, um, all right, over to Merida. Adi, I was gonna hope that you have more information both on the size for this one as well as possible attendees, because I don't have a great idea as to who's going to this one. But we were talking about it earlier in the show. They've got a stream, so that's gonna be really
Let's
cool to
go.
watch. Very exciting. Love to get to watch more Pokemon. I don't know. It sounds like you're looking forward to it, Carrie. It's gonna be a good weekend of watching Pokemon, right? Like that's I love watching the game.
I just like having it like on the background while I'm doing like schoolwork or like I'm making food or something. Like it's just nice to watch and then like observe because like sometimes the best thing you could do is watch a comparison to play and like you just give yourself breaks to just see how people approach things. It's just really good
Mm-hmm.
for information gathering and entertainment.
Yeah, it's both entertainment and like you learn from watching. So like
Yeah.
it's kind of like doing your homework, but also it's a show too. So it's good. It's just the best of both worlds. Um,
Mhm.
Kind of going. Max, are you gonna go to this one? How do you go? Do what's the size of this one?
It is 275 registered, and I believe I heard it was caps. So yeah, probably going to be around 200 masters, give or take.
Got it. Got it. Marcus Dion. I think actually we had Marcus on last episode. Didn't he say he was not going?
Marcus is not going. He does not want to play Reg F.
Yeah. And then
He said he
Pengy
had
is
to
up
go
there.
to Toronto because he lives in the area. But yeah, I don't know if Pengy is going.
He's already got
I
his
don't know
invite,
about that
right?
one.
So I could see Penguin going if he didn't, but he does already have it. All right, I'm
Yeah,
actually gonna mix it up
but
this time.
love of the game.
So no, of course,
It's a beautiful
there's
city. I heard.
a lot of reasons to go to a tournament. So of course you don't need to go even if you're
As
qualified, or
as
you
far
can
as
still go.
people I do know who are going. Billy told me he is going. He
Yep,
said that after Cary won, he decided he would go.
he told me
He
the
was
same.
inspired. Um, and then I think that Juan, the Dozo player who got top 16, went 9-3 from Peru. He said he was going as well when I played him. And also Sebastian Rodriguez, commander, said he was going as well. So I think a lot of the top Latin American players are going. I don't
Yep.
actually know any other North American players who are going. Everyone I asked, everyone I thought who might be going, said nah, they're skipping this one. So yeah, I actually don't know who's going to show up.
No, Justin Tang, right? I think he's been somebody that's gone down there
No,
before, but
I don't
maybe
think this
I
he's.
is going.
tried to convince him.
Does that man need more points? He's number one on the ladder with like 1,700, bro. Like he's fine. He's made worlds. Like he's made worlds. He doesn't need to go to any more tournaments, bro.
Yeah, yeah. For the love of the game. For the love of the game. Let's start with Chuo this
Yeah.
time. So, Paul, who you got?
So, I didn't really know who else was going, so I'll just take one of I's picks up. I'll just say a Billy.
I
Billy.
took
Billy
mine.
Brown.
Mm.
Why not?
I didn't even know this event was this weekend.
He I know it's so soon. Everything's this weekend. Everything is this weekend. Carry over to you.
Oh, he took my pick.
Tough.
I'll put Juan. I'll say Juan because I played him and I think he played well at the tournament, so I could expect like him to put up another really good result.
Okay, one. Let's see. What was Juan's last name? I'm gonna grab it.
Right there.
Sigma.
Juan Jose.
All right, I'll put Juan Jose.
All right.
Adi?
Do you want to go first this time?
I would if I had
switch
my
it up.
pick ready. I guess I gotta pick one. I will grab. I feel like I grabbed Kenneth last time we were picking a Latin American one. So I don't want to like just make that my default, even though Kenneth is a very strong player. Do you think Juan Salerno's going?
I don't know.
He might be. He might be.
Argentina's kind of far from Mexico.
Right.
You know?
It's not exactly like it's considered Latin America, but honestly, it's not actually that close. No, from Max.
Listen,
Okay,
I've
thank
been
you.
saying for ages, if they really wanted to be equitable, they should have South Latam and North Latam as separate regions. They're just so far apart. They don't really play the same circuit. Like it's just totally different.
I
I
agree.
think it's very
I
silly.
think that's real. Then I'll just take Kenneth. I'll just take Kenneth because it sounds like Juan is probably not gonna be there. Adi.
All right, and then I'm taking Sebastian Rodriguez, my boy commander. We went 9-3 this regional, and he's gonna follow it up with a strong performance.
I thought about picking you, Adi, but I was like, I don't know if that's allowed. I don't know. I guess we've done it before. I think you can pick other people sometimes, but I was like, that's also corny, so I'm not gonna pick you. Should Mexico rejoin NA? That's a very good question. Although I don't know. Are you asking us or are you asking like, the American officials? Because that's a different question entirely. Oh man. Okay. Auckland. Wow. So we talked about this very mildly earlier. And I don't think we're gonna have a number for this one. I tried to check with let me see my DMs with said Australian what they were saying about this one because they said a lot of things that doesn't sound awesome. They were saying they're not going cost as much as EUIC since New Zealand is technically international. And there's no prize
Andy
money.
Brophy says it's going to be 30-ish people. Andy being Australian, and that's kind of what I heard as well. Is it's going to be really really small. It's like a game store.
I heard seniors only has top 2 and juniors doesn't have a top cut. All of it's being played on Sunday. They're like it's basically a cup with a lot of points. They're not even this one. This is all just hearsay. They're not even using Arcanine, is what I was told. Like they're just
they're using like a last hand site. I don't know why. They're using like play last hand. I just said right there at the bottom.
Oh, you're right. You will first need to set up your play laptop profile. What the heck?
Yeah.
I
don't know.
What is this regional, bro? This feels like a scam.
It's not even. It is. It's an SPE as well. Yeah, special.
Maybe it is.
Next thing you know, the card shop isn't even real, and they show up. There's nothing there. It's like Fire Festival.
I found the numbers. The total store capacity is 120. And they're doing TCG on day 1 and then day 2 of TCG at the same store as all of VG on Sunday. So that means that half the capacity is going to be day 2 of TCG or something. I don't know what the capacity for day 2 TCG is going to be. The rest of it goes to BGC.
Insane. Yeah, I actually me hearing that there's only 32. If I had a list of the names going, I would maybe make us do smart money, but I think it's just like a little bit hard to know who all is going to this one.
We could just guess random Australian players.
We can guess.
Let me tell you a story I heard about the last time there was an Auckland special event. I think it's actually on the Victor Road page. They mentioned it.
Go grab it.
The finals was Sam Pandelis versus Megan Rattle in 2019 Ultra Series, and this is like ended like Ultra Series. These tournaments are tiny already, and then on top of that, this random special event in a country that not a lot of people play VGC in. Everyone's coming in from Australia, and I heard that Sam looked at this finals matchup, said, I got no matchup, and just scoops to Megan. Didn't even bother playing it out because he already had his day 2 Worlds invite. There's nothing to play for. There's no prize money. He's just like, I just want to leave. And so that's like the level of importance that I think this tournament has for a lot of the Australians when you hear about that 31st regional. Although obviously it does. Right. Although obviously it does get an automatic Worlds invite, and it does get a lot of championship points. So it's crazy how in a region where there's only like 4 majors in a year, this is going to be such a huge part of the Worlds race. But also it is just like it's such a tiny tournament. It's not a very prestigious tournament. We don't know how many good players actually got into the tournament. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. This is going to be such a influential part of the of the Oceania Worlds race.
Just you wait, some random European player signed up for it and it's going down there.
Somebody,
Patrick Cheng's going. Is that it? Who is the Italian guy who went to all the South African events? He's gonna go.
Alessio. It was like I think his name was like Alessio, I think, or started with an A. I know it started with AL. Was it Alessio?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was. Okay.
Cruz with a funny shout in the Twitch chat here. Think anybody from Japan might go to this one. I kind of doubt it. This is like, I don't know.
I don't think so. I mean, it's a special, so they don't get like any money if they like.
Yeah, the
like,
prize money I think is a big
worth it.
thing. But Nick, Yov, and Dim got in. I heard Chongjun is going. All right, perfect. You've given us just enough names to pick from. Thank you. Let's go. All right, we're going back to you, Cary, for first pick. Go ahead.
I'll do Chongjun.
All right, Chongjun. Chua.
Take you up.
All right. Adi?
All right. I got my boy Dim the Sim. Let me get Dimitri.
All right, Dim the Sim. And is that Nick Khan, I'm guessing? I'll take Nick Khan. Man, this is crazy. I do not imagine we will have a stream. I don't know if that was this event is unfortunately not streamed. Yeah, they really shouldn't be. Sorry, like not shouldn't be, but like we should not expect it to be by any means is what I'm saying.
Let's use the limited space in the game store for more people and not worry about streaming this one.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, voting for unnamed New Zealand player. I love it. It would be cool if New Zealand could defend. I mean, I'd love to see it. Why not? Yeah, that's gonna do it for our smart money picks. We had to pick so many, but I am just so excited. Even though this event, I guess, not as prestigious as the other ones, but it's still just having Merida to look forward to, Birmingham to look forward to. Going to be a lot of good Pokemon to talk about next week, the results of it, and lots of good Pokemon to watch over the course of the weekend. So definitely tune into those streams, y'all. It's just going to be very fun. Yeah, we were just saying that. Yeah, I don't think it's going to have a stream. Okay, so that'll do it for this episode of Tub Takes. Thank you both for joining us. This was a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys giving us your time, and thanks to everybody for watching this one. If you caught the end of this but you didn't catch the beginning, it's going to be on Adi's YouTube channel tomorrow. !YT in the chat. We'll be posting it there. And yeah, if you have any of your smart money picks, get them in right now before we end, because this is your last chance. But with that, though, we'll figure out who we're going to throw the raid over to. I don't know if I saw people streaming.
I have found someone playing VGC. This person is playing a Reg F tournament. And so go say hi to Henri. Go. They're going to try to T-wave and flinch the heck out of all their opponents, it looks like. So should be fun to watch.
That's how you play Regulation F. If anything that we learned. All right. Y'all have a good night, and we'll catch you guys later. Peace out, peeps.
Peace out.